River State House of Assembly, led by Martins Amaewhule, has written the state governor, Sir Siminialayi Fubara, detailing the governor's actions that breached the provisions of the 1999 Constitution as amended. The House, in a letter dated July 8 and signed by its Speaker, Martins Amaewhule, addressed to Fubara shortly after rising from its plenary on Monday, noted shortfalls by the governor as regards keeping to the oath of office. In a document titled Resolutions Reached at the First Legislative Day of the Second Session of the 10th River State House of Assembly, the House drew the governor's attention to the 2024 Appropriation Bill, saying he was yet to present it before the lawmakers. The House insisted that the governor had yet to present the bill to a duly constituted River State House of Assembly under the speakership of Amaewhule in line with Section 122 of the Constitution. Addressing Fubara, the House said, "You are yet to present the River State Appropriation Bill 2024 in line with Section 121 subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution as altered and in compliance with the judgment delivered on the 22nd day of January 2022 by Honorable Justice J.K. Omotosho of the Federal High Court of Nigeria. The River State government under your watch is now barred from spending funds from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the state. The House hereby gives you the opportunity to present the same within 7 days from the date of this resolution." The River State Assembly also drew the governor's attention to his breach of 192 subsection 2 of the Constitution, accusing him of inaugurating purported members of the River State Executive Council as commissioners. The lawmakers told the governor that he also breached Section 7, subsection 1 of the Constitution and the River State Local Government Amendment Law 2023 for swearing in certain unelected individuals to manage the affairs of the 23 local government councils in the state in flagrant disobedience to the judgment delivered by Justice Omotosho. They continued, "The learned judge restrained you from dealing with the 3 suspended who, with your connivance, are parading themselves as Rivers House of Assembly in total disobedience to the order of the learned judge," the House told the governor. The Assembly said the governor, in total disregard to the provisions of the 1999 Constitution as amended and the judgment delivered by the Court of Appeal, has continued to transact with the 3 suspended members in contempt of the orders of the court. The House said the governor refused to direct all impostors in his government to stop parading in their purported positions. The letter said, "These infractions by you on the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as altered, other extant laws and judicial pronouncements constitute gross misconduct and abuse of office on your part. We call on you to do the needful and act lawfully without further delay, and please accept the assurances of our high regards." Let me start with you, Mr. Ugochukwu. What is your take on this development?
First off, I hold a different opinion to this because currently, from my understanding of the activities of things, the River State House of Assembly has a speaker, which, to my understanding, is Victor Kojombo, and clearly here you now have the Martins Amaewhule led, in quote, members of the House of Assembly that had defected, and their seats were declared vacant on the basis of their defection. So seeing my mindset to this, you know that I'll be in a very different, in a divergent view with what they are doing. I remember when before the whole Okojombo and Justice of the order of Justice Ian came up, I had been in this studio and I've spoken about the actions of the Martins Amaewhule led House of Assembly then, and I've spoken about how when we are trying to consider dousing the tensions and political quagmire in the state, of how their actions seemed like grandstanding and not playing in a role where it's going to water down the tensions. After the presidential pact, the governor started working with the Martins Amaewhule led assembly. And I said here that their actions, because yes, we know their constitutional approach to this, but a lot of persons have canvassed conventional out of settlement, you know. And if you are showing an approach of where you want peace and you want mutual alliance and understanding, that house went on from the day they started sitting to start and pass laws that sort of stiffen and, you know, was tying a noose around the neck of the governor and the executive powers. And it clearly didn't show, and I think that action has led us to where we are today. And now, upon their first sitting after a very long while, they are doing like what you call a riot, reading a riot act in quote to the governor with a 7 days ultimatum, which from what they've highlighted here, they are insinuating that by their understanding of the law, the governor have breached and carried out what they say, you know, abused the constitution in quotes.
The oath of office.
You know, the oath of office. From their understanding, and still yet they are asking that the governor should come and represent a budget that the governor, to my understanding, I'm careful with my words, have presented. Okay. And if you're saying the governor have carried out this, have erred in these areas, and then you're telling him to come and present the budget when you've already read out areas in quote, as they say, impeachable offenses that the governor have carried out, I think this is not a sign of the people that are looking for a resolution to the ongoing quagmire. And to me, I would expect the governor to follow whatever legal processes are available to him to ensure that the basis of this whole thing, the first step, that 25 members that defected from their party to another party, that he ensures that these persons do not continue to parade themselves as members, because that was the first step.
Is that the job of the executive?
No, but that's why I mentioned.
When you're saying the governor should explore every legal alternative
exactly,
to stop the legislature. Is
not
that
the
his job?
legislature, to ensure that these persons that defected.
That is not the call of the governor. He's the executive.
No.
That you're telling the governor to meddle in the affairs of the legislature in Rivers State.
No.
When you're saying that the governor should explore every
all legal options.
means.
When I mean legal means, it means that ensuring that through processes of the court, that persons that defected.
Is it his call of duty?
Of course, it's part of the governor's responsibility to ensure
How is
that.
it the governor's responsibility constitutionally?
Exactly. The governor is the chief security officer of the state. The governor is supposed to be a custodian of ensuring that laws and order is applicable in the state. And if 27 persons defected, you know, if other concerned citizens, elders can go to court and ensure that these persons that are still parading themselves as members, you know, do not continue in that act. I think the governor should be of great concern too about such actions. You cannot stay here and say the governor have no right because some persons are still parading. If the governor feels that these persons,
so you're saying the executive can meddle,
of course,
in legislative matters.
Of course, not legislative matters, issues of breach of the constitution. If someone have defected and his seat declared vacant, and they are still presenting themselves as such, I think the governor.
How is it under the purview of the governor?
It's under the purview of every citizen. So? Every citizen, not exclusive. So you can't exempt the governor's right.
Interesting. Okay, but we'll still come back to some of the things you've said. But I want Honorable Don to have his say.
Anyways, first of all, you know, I've always said I would like to be more open if I was conversing with my colleagues on these issues, because most of these issues are pure legal issues. like my brother would say, I want to rebut all the opinions he has posited here. Let me inform you. By the Court of Appeal judgment, it's not a ruling, by the Court of Appeal judgment that was delivered on the 4th, if you look at the last paragraph of that judgment, what the court said was that the parties should maintain status quo ante bellum, to go back. What it means is to go back to the position where they were before they transacted with the High Court of Rivers State, Justice Siminialayi's order. That is the position, and that is the meaning of that order in paragraph 3 of that judgment of the Court of Appeal. What it means is that the Court of Appeal have recognized the speakership of Right Honorable Martins Amaewhule as the right speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, even being in the majority. Number 2, when the court was analyzing the judgment, the court held that the issue of speakership was not in contention. It was never in contention. They did not raise it as an issue. Even the Okojombo did not even contend that that was an issue. So that Amaewhule remains the speaker by implication. You see, the problem with, I think that is the issues the governor is also put hearing as a governor of a state. You know, I don't really know where and how the governor gets his advice, but I believe that the public have jumped into the arena by interpreting legal documents that is not within their purview of understanding. And that is the issue. Because when you see carpenters, bricklayers, even mercymen, farmers, people of different disciplines jump into interpreting legal documents, it causes a lot of confusion. Of course, what you have now is Court of Public Conscience and the law court itself. If the law court makes an order, gives a judgment, what I expect that what the governor should have done, or the Okobo, is to allow those that are lawyers to actually decipher into what the judgment is. If they have further disbelief, they can ask the court to interpret more further what they have meant. But the judgment of the Court of Appeal explained this whole entire scenario. He explains it without any reservation. And you know the confusion here is that, you know, when they said the Court of Appeal did not make any declarative order, and I asked, what was the appeal before the Court of Appeal? What were the prayers before the Court of Appeal? The Court of Appeal will not entertain matters that are not before them. And where a court had held outrightly that the court, all the proceedings in the trial court was null and void, it will not waste its time to go on, because you cannot put something on nothing. And that was what the Supreme Court has said in Obi against INEC. No matter how you conduct your proceeding, if you don't have jurisdiction, it amounts to nothing. So that judgment had already stated, has already effected that Martins Amaewhule is the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly. In any case, let us even bring this to the public, the court of morality, where you have 2 and where you have 27. Will it be right to mention that 2 persons in the Rivers State as a whole is a complete, a constituted house? Who is the speaker? Who is the member? Who is the leader? It's a kangaroo. It's a kangaroo. And these are the things that is making the world to laugh at Rivers State, where the governor would see this kind of event and give him back into 2 persons to function as a whole house of assembly. It's laughable. It's laughable. And that is what the Court of Appeal in their thinking also thought. It's laughable. So where you see 27 and you see 2, the governor is transacting with 2 members as a whole house of assembly. And again, let me also inform my brother. By the implication of that judgment, what it means is that everything Martins Amaewhule and the 27 lawmakers have done is legit. It's legal. And that is the point. So for them to call the governor to come and to present the budget, because they were laying emphasis on the ground or the foundation of that judgment, is to say that the governor up till now have not presented the budget. The governor went to Abuja. They had an 8-point resolution. And part of that resolution was to do the things that are right. Part of it is the budget presentation. The budget presentation. Why is the governor, if he is standing by what he signed, why has he not also presented the budget to the House? You see, the governor should understand that he swore to uphold the integrity of the Constitution. And by his oath of office, he's supposed to respect the order of court. That is the duty, one of the duties of the chief executive officer of a state, is to uphold and protect the integrity of the Constitution. So if the court has made a judgment, what the governor should do is to obey the judgment, at least as at the time the judgment also is operating. What the governor is doing now is a backstabbing. It amounts to desecration of democracy. It amounts to desecration of the rule of law. Because if you cannot obey the order of court, I would have expected the governor to obey the order first until it is set aside. I'm aware that they are on their way to Court of Appeal. I wouldn't say they are there to the Supreme Court. I wouldn't say they are there yet until we see the processes that have been filed. I don't also want to dive into that issue, because it will amount to least pendants. But as we speak today, the Rivers State House of Assembly, ably led by Honorable Martins Amaewhule, is well constituted, owing to the judgment of the Court of Appeal that was delivered on the 4th day of this month. And they are right to call the governor to come and present the budget, because the governor has not presented the budget. In any case, you cannot have two persons.
The opinion that the budget, he said to the best of his knowledge, and that it's his opinion that the governor has presented the budget.
The governor hasn't presented the budget. For you to present the budget, you must present it one. You must present the budget at the right venue. You must present the budget to the right institution. You must also present the budget presentation. In any case, let me even tell you.
Constitutionally,
yes.
2/3 majority of the House or 1/3 majority of the House.
It's 2/3 majority.
Bill.
Yes, 2/3 majority. Okay. And present. See, the governor should even be lucky. He should even be happy that they are calling him to present this budget even when the time has even elapsed. You understand? Because budget presentation should be done before the fiscal year, the next fiscal year. That's what the law says. So if the governor, they are calling on the governor to present the budget at this time, I think the governor should take it as a leeway to remedy some of these issues. And if you want to present a budget, you must present it before 2/3. The question I want to ask, does Okojumbo and the other member of the House, the other member represent, I think, Sokarigu boss, do they constitute 2/3 majority? Why are we playing to the gallery? Why are we allowing the world to laugh at us? I respect the governor because you are the chief security officer of the state. There are certain things I wouldn't have allowed to happen in the state under my watch. And these are these issues. I expect the governor to step in quickly and remedy some of these issues. Of course, some of these issues don't need to come to the public. But because of those who are close to the governor, I wouldn't really say that some of these things that are done by the governor are things that he conceives as his opinion. I think these are the influence of very young and ambitious persons who are close to the governor. So I want to say finally, on this issue, the House of Assembly is the one recognized by the law and invariably is the House led by Honorable Martins Amaewhule, because they form 2/3 majority, because the law have recognized them. And of course, let me also refer, this is a legal issue. That's what I was saying. When you talk about defection, a man will not say, oh, I am married. What is the evidence that you are married? Is your certificate of marriage. So in all this court of public conscience, they have defected. They said they have defected. They sang. They showed APC card and all that they have defected. In the eyes of the law, does that constitute defection? That is a question we should ask.
All right.
Thank you.
Very quickly, the issue of the budget. He raised some concerns you would want to address.
Yes, you know, I like when he stated that the problem is people giving their own interpretation to things. And here, he gave 2 points that he deduced from the judgment. He said, number one, that the judgment, or that the judge recognized Amaewhule, as the speaker of the assembly.
I didn't say so.
Yeah,
what I said was that the judgment
yes,
of the court,
yes,
by implication,
yes,
would have recognized the speakership of
Martins Amaewhule.
Yes.
And on the second breath,
that's different from saying the court recognized.
Yeah, but on the second breath,